a mystery to men. There are certain aspects of female psychology that are still not fully understood. In this video, we want to reveal 65 sexual psychological facts about women and men that will leave you speechless. Do you want to discover them? Did you know that 97% of women in the world choose a man as a partner, depending on how good he is in bed? According to statistics, 80% of women are anorgasmic. That is, they have never experienced an orgasm in their lives. For the vast majority of women's sex starts before sex, so don't just focus on getting her on all fours. Think about how to stimulate her before that many women think that they are anorgasmic, but there are some reasons such as continuous medication, hormonal dysfunction, or lack of ability on the part of men. 85% of couples in the United States don't have sexual conversations about what the other person likes, and so they end up getting bored with sex. During orgasm, the woman releases the famous and precious hormone endorphin, known as the happiness hormone. It also helps to relieve physical and emotional pain from male ejaculation, or better known as squirt, is not an urban legend. Many women claim to have experienced this while masturbating, not with a man. Are slower to climax, and like men, they need at least 15 minutes of correct stimulation. Studies have found that masturbation in women can reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes. Frequent sex and orgasms are not prescribed by doctors, that they act directly on the immune system. Strengthening orgasming women begins in the brain. It's no use for the man to be trying his best if the woman is thinking about what to do tomorrow and not focusing on there are no excuses for using condoms and being vulnerable to STDs. A university study from Indiana found that the use of condoms does not affect the production of orgasms. The side of the brain that is activated during orgasm is also activated when women have food cravings. If your wife always remembers things from the past in maximum detail, don't worry, it's normal. Women have a better memory capacity. A clitoral orgasm can cause 5 to 15 contractions and can last 10 to 30 seconds. The clitoris contains 9,000 sensitive nerve endings, twice the number of nerve endings in the penis. If you want to address the clitoris, labia and vagina together, vulva is the umbrella term. After menopause, the clitoris can be to 5 times larger than when the same woman was a teenager. No wonder some women have stronger orgasms in their midlife and 50s. Some women like to be touched gently in. Others like a lot more sexualization. People have all kinds of nicknames for the clitoris: the canoe man, the rosebud, the bell of joy. I've also heard chickpeas and lentil. Women reach the peak of pleasure with masturbation instead of penetration. That's because just like a good masturbation, you can stimulate the clitoris. Women have two erogenous zones, the G-spot and the opening of the cervix. Nerve endings are distributed free in each Woman's vagina like a snowflake. Every woman is unique in the sense that her nerve endings are distributed in her genitals differently than any other. Being well hydrated leads to better orgasms as the body is mostly liquid. Being tied up increases a person's ability to reach orgasm. Automatically go after people who's more good and are more attractive. Ginger stimulates feelings of excitement, gets your heart rate up, gets your blood flowing, and gets you excited for the night ahead. In England, 90% of adults admitted to having some form of sexual interaction. In the efficient study found that good sex active a test region of the brain associated with passion. Condoms stored in wallets for more than a month are more likely to break. There are some foods that increase a sexual desire. One of them is raspberry. The vagina averages 3 to 4 centimeters in length, but can expand by 200% when sexualized. A recent fertility survey in Denmark found that 55% of women are not having as much sex as they would really like. Nearly 75% of respondents would like to have sex at least 3 times a week. An Italian study found that women hot apples experienced increased lubrication and sexual function boosting. Their libido. 40% of men and 35% of women only had sex once a week because they work so many hours at their jobs. The more work you have, the more stress you have, and the more stress you have with less sex. There is no relationship between the size of the foot and the size of the penis, although many people believe that the size of the penis is associated with the size of the feet. This is nothing more than a myth. Greece is the most sexual place in the world. Like the ear and nose, the clitoris never stops growing in your 30s and is 4 times bigger than it actually is. Pumpkin smell, able to stimulate blood. Pumpkin smell is able to stimulate blood flow, helping with erection. In under 40 take about 10 seconds without getting an erection. 30% of people under 40 consult their social media right after having sex. 20% of people under 35 use their cell phones during sex. Last year, at least 600 people in the United States had to go to an emergency room after being hanged as a result of a sexual practice. 7 out of 10 women date men they meet online, and I'll admit to regretting it. Having sex after going to the gym is a good idea. Exercise increases blood flow to the genital area and increases testosterone. Licking a woman's vagina while you have her fingers in the entrance to her anus